Welcome to ABIDCon Tutorials. In this video, we're going to discuss the audio element tag that is new to HTML5. Now in this era of digital media, HTML has caught up with the times and they've provided easy ways to put audio and video files onto your web page. And in this video, we're going to discuss the audio element tag. Now you will need an MP3 file to file along with this lecture, or a WAV file or a OGG file. And you'll want to copy that to the same folder where your index.html is located. Now that you'll see here, I've placed a comment in the HTML source, and I've just said the three standard formats are mp3.wav and OGG. But probably you'll want to use mp3. That is pretty much the standard format these days. And you can see here is the audio element tag. And it's just like any other tag. You need to have an opening tag and a closing tag. Now there are several attributes, but the main attribute that you absolutely have to use is the controls attribute. And you can see I've placed that right here. And that will basically place a nice control on our web page where we can play whatever MP3 we want to play. And you can pretty much put any name you want in here. I just made this audio controls. Inside the audio element tag is the source element tag. And this is where you can specify your audio file. And here's the source attribute. And you can see here, I've just pointed to the test1.mp3. Now you can actually take this source attribute and just put it right up here if you want. You could do that. And if you feel pretty confident that your file will be supported for all the browsers, you can do that. But if you want to have multiple versions of your audio file, in other words, if you want an mp3.wav and a OGG version, you need to use the source element tag. And so let's go ahead and do that, even though we don't have a .wav. And we'll just copy and paste this in here. And we'll just make this WAVE. Oops.wav. Sorry about that. Now the way this works is for some reason the browser can't load the MP3 version. It will try and go ahead and load the .wav version. That's the way this works. And even though we don't have a .wav version in here, you probably should do that. And that's just a good standard operating procedure. Even though most of the browsers today support all the different flavors that are out there, it's always a good idea just in case. And there are several audio conversion tools out there where you can convert your audio files. So that being said, let's go ahead and save this. Let's open up our browser. I'm going to use Google Chrome. And there you can see we have this nice control. And once again, if we didn't have this attribute here, this would not appear. So let's go ahead and hit play. This is an audio test for our test 1, MP3. Oh my, isn't that just an awesome voice? Who is that? I wonder. Okay, I have a horrible sense of humor. I know. In any event, that is the audio element tag. Now there are other different types of attributes that we can use with the audio element tag. And we will discuss that in the next video.